Hey, good evening. It's Jan from Celebrity Silhouette. Today it's our last shore day today, and we were in Stavanger, and so it was throwing it down with rain as soon as we got up. So, I mean, throwing it down. It was teeming buckets. So we didn't go out immediately. We waited until after lunch. We just found a nice quiet place, had a coffee. They do specialty coffees. So we had a coffee and just relaxed, actually. And then went and had some lunch, and then decided, when we saw that the rain had paused a little bit, we decided to brave it. So we went out, and it was quite dry for a little while. We went for a little wander around. It's a beautiful little city. The architecture here seems to be a little different to the places we've visited already, and a little busier. There seems to be a lot more going on here, like traffic-wise and so on. But the houses are really close. Everything is really close to where you dock. So we got off the ship and just kind of turned left. And the tourist information place is not far from there, so we were able to get some information. We could have gone on a bus tour, a boat tour, but we just made the decision that it was just too wet and cold. So we decided to go on the hop-on, hop-off bus, which quite honestly was not really worth the money. We paid 310 kroner, and that was because we paid by credit card and they gave us a discount. So it's a big thing on their sign, pay by credit card, you get a discount. So we thought, why not? So we did that, and we sat at the front of the bus upstairs, and I got rained on, leaked on, so I had to move seats. But I learned some interesting things. First of all, there's about 150,000 people in Stavanger. That's all. And also, one thing I didn't realise was Norway only got its independence from Sweden in 1905. I had no idea that it was originally part of Sweden, so learned that today on the bus. Also, learned that originally it was a very poor country, that in the 1800s, at the beginning of the 1900s, it was extremely poor, and people were like poor relations. Nobody really wanted them because they struggled, and it was only through kippers that they were able to keep alive, herring, that they were able to keep alive. And then, and herring has continued to be quite a big industry for them. In fact, they have some beautiful old buildings that are really glorious, and that almost bankrupt them to build those buildings. The theatre, the main theatre here in Stavanger is in one of them, it's housed in one of them, and it almost bankrupt the country. So everything was a bit of a struggle until they hit oil. And the oil changed Norway's fortunes for the better. So once they discovered oil, everything changed, and it became the affluent country that it is today. So it's amazing what a little bit of discovery does, right? So dig for oil. It started to rain while we were on the bus, and then just when we got off the bus, it stopped raining, which was quite nice. So we managed to walk back to the ship, which is not a heck of a long way. I mean, it wasn't bad at all. So altogether, very pretty town. Really a nice little place to wander around. Noticed that there were some nice little coffee shops and areas you can sit outside and have a coffee or have a glass of wine or whatever. But of course, you need to have the weather for it, and we didn't. It was not cold, however. It was quite warm wandering around, even though it was wet and raining. So I'm glad we got off, glad we wandered around. Another day would have liked to have gone on the boat, gone on the fjord, so to the midst of the fjord, but of course, one fjord's like another pretty much, right? What do I know? But it was. I spoke to somebody just a few moments ago who'd been on the boat, and they said it was so cold and so wet, and it continued to rain, and so everything was not as nice as it could have been. So I would say that a summer jaunt on the boat up the fields is probably a safer bet. But I'm sure that people enjoyed what they saw. This Stavanger is part of an archipelago of islands, little tiny islands, and it's lovely. You see this little island with this little group of houses on, and they seem to be kind of disconnected from everything. but the Norwegians have made sure that they're all connected with bridges and tunnels. So all in all, lovely, lovely place. I'm glad we came. That's the last day. Tomorrow's the sea day. So I'll tell you a bit more about what I've discovered on the ship tomorrow. But is Norway worth a visit? Absolutely. It's beautiful. I'm glad we've done it. It's one of those things that everybody's got to do it once. Would I come again? Yeah, probably not, unless somebody else was going to come and I was going to show them around or something. But yeah, give me the sun anytime. I'm a sun worshipper. So, however, the next cruise I'm going on is not sun, but it is only 2 nights. I'm going to be going on the inaugural cruise of the MSC Grandiosa in November, just for 2 nights. So I'll be reporting on that and let you know all the good, the bad and the ugly from that ship. So have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll send you at least my penultimate, if not my ultimate, post tomorrow. Have a good night.